Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you've seen by the title of this video, I'm going to show you guys how I edit my thumbnails that I use on my channel. So I'm going to edit the thumbnail for this video, and this is what my iPad looks like. I'm going to turn on Procreate, and the first thing I do is import a photo. I have taken the photo previously. If you want to see how I take the pictures, I can do a separate video, but for this one I just really want to concentrate on showing you guys how I edit the pictures, how I made them all nice and funny. And this is the picture that I took for this video. So the first thing I do is I duplicated the layer, and for now I'm gonna deactivate the background color. We're not gonna need that, and we're gonna deactivate one of the layers as well. Then I'm gonna use the eraser tool, and I'm basically gonna erase all the parts that I don't want them to stand out. This is quite of a therapeutical process. I'm pretty sure you can do this in an easier way, but honestly, I just like doing it this way. But I'm pretty sure you can find other easier ways, faster ways that you can do this. I decided to make this video because I saw that there are a lot of people that were curious how I do my thumbnails, and not a lot of people use Procreate. It's a fairly inexpensive program. It only costs £10 in the Apple Store. So if you have an iPad, I'm not sure, I'll put it down in the description down below, because I'm not sure if you can use it with Android as well. So I don't know if, like, for example, if you have a Galaxy tablet, if you can use it as well. But if you do have an iPad, I think it's a fairly inexpensive way for you to make nice thumbnails if you're just starting out, if you don't have a big budget. Or even if I do have a budget, I honestly prefer to do this as to do it in Photoshop. I don't know, I just like the control of being able to just draw whatever I want. I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot more user friendly. I'm not very good with new technologies, so I quite prefer doing it this way. So basically what I'm doing is that I'm deleting all the background. I will choose a subject that I want to focus on. So generally it's the thing that I'm talking on the video, in this case the iPad. So that will be what I wanted to pop in the picture. So everything else I will delete it, and I will explain in a minute why am I doing it this way. So this is what I'm left with, and now I'm going to duplicate this layer that I just made. I'm going to select the one below it, so I'm not going to select the first one but the one underneath it, and we're going to go to this effects menu, and we're going to choose Gaussian blur. I completely butchered it. Layer and slide to adjust, and we're gonna go, let's start with 10%. I think 10% will be all right. And I'm gonna change the color to white, and then I'll use the select tool to select, oops, it's in the wrong mode. There you go, automatic. And I'm gonna select everything else. So by selecting this, you can see more or less what extra space you have around the picture. I still think it's not quite enough, so I'm gonna undo the Gaussian blur I had made before, and I'm gonna put it a bit more. Let's try 13. So select, let's do it again. I'm still not happy, but what I think I'll do is I'll just make it twice. So this is what I want to be in white, with a white border. So now I'm gonna go to invert, I'm gonna go to layer, I'm gonna select my layer, and I'm gonna put fill layer with the white already in the color selected, and it's gonna look something like this. Now again, I still think that the border is a little bit too small, so I'm just gonna go again with the Gaussian blur, and let's put 8% more. I think that that's gonna be fine. Again, I'm gonna select this part, invert, just go through the process again, and fill layer, and that's gonna give me a nice thick white layer. I just made a smush layer. There you go. Now this is optional, I like to do this, but I go again with the Gaussian blur, and this time I just put just a tiny little bit, just so it doesn't look so sharp. The edges don't look so sharp, it just looks a little bit nicer, and I just think overall it looks really nice. So now we can select the background layer again, and personally, again, this is up to your style. This is personally up to what you prefer, what you like. I just noticing that I really didn't delete the contour that well. So actually, let me fix that first before we do anything else. But if you have any tips on an easier way, like I'm a beginner at Procreate, but if you have any tips on how to do this, like if you know a better way to do this, I quite like it and I don't mind, but I'm always willing to learn. Right here, I'm actually gonna turn down the opacity a little bit. I don't want it to look so sharp. I want it to look a little bit kind of like it blends onto the background a little bit. I think obviously it doesn't look very realistic, but I think it will look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. There you go. I think it's looking a lot nicer, isn't it? So as I was saying before, I want the subject to pop out. I really want to make sure I have the iPad and I'm showing that I'm editing the picture. So we want the background to be a bit muted. So I'm gonna select the layer that has the background, that has the full picture on it. We're gonna go to the adjustments layer. There you go. And I am going to put the saturation down a little bit. And on this case, I think I'm going to turn on the brightness a little bit. I could turn the brightness down, but I think the picture is going to be a bit too dark. So I'm just going to put the brightness up a little bit so that the colors are a bit more faded kind of thing, you know, like there you go. And then you can see that the picture really stands out. I think also that the front picture, let's call it that, is a little bit too saturated. So we're gonna turn the saturation just a little bit down. There we go, just a little bit, so it's not too orangey. I think it looks just a little bit nicer and more pastel-y kind of colors. And now we're gonna go and put the title of the thumbnail. And for this, first of all, I'm gonna add insert a photo. I want to insert the Procreate logo. There it is. Oops, running away. There it is. There's the Procreate logo. Here you go. We're gonna go with uniform to make it a bit bigger. There you go. That looks nice. And now, actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to select, because I could only find this logo with a white thing, but obviously it doesn't look nice. So I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go to invert, and I'm gonna go copy paste. And now I have a layer just with a logo without the white part. Yeah, this is a little trick just because I'm a bit lazy. Yeah, we're just gonna delete this little white strip thingy. It is not working for some reason. There we go. Yeah, this is just because I'm lazy. Again, it's probably a better way to do this, but yeah, I like to do it this way. And I'm gonna make the same trick that I made here with this front image. I'm gonna wait, there's something that is not erased. What's not erased? Let's try to find that out. I don't know. Well, so we're going to duplicate, and we're going to do exactly the same thing that I did for the picture. I'm going to go on Gaussian blur. There you go, layer, and we're going to go 20 might be a bit too much. Let's go with 18. Is that a bit too much? Possibly. Let's do a bit less. Let's go like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Going on to invert, we're gonna go here and fill layer again. And once again, just so it doesn't look too harsh, we're gonna go a second time with the Gaussian blur and just fade it a little bit. I think it looks nicer if it's not too harsh. There you go. So now we're going off to the title. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys, but you can always go back and listen to everything again if I am going too fast. Personally, I like to use the dry ink brush. Obviously, you can use whatever brush you want. And I try to use a color that complements the rest of the picture, something that still looks nice but still pops out. So for example, the picture is very pinkish. There's some oranges, there's this nice lavender one. So I might go with the lavender just because it complements the lavender of the phone. So let me try to find maybe like a purplish pink, something like that, a little bit less saturated so it doesn't look too bad. There you go. And I'm gonna write my title. I really take my time trying to write the title just because my handwriting is really terrible. So it takes me a few times until I'm quite satisfied with the handwriting. I'm gonna move the placement of the Procreate logo. For that, I'm just gonna blend these two layers and transform them to one. I'm gonna use the select tool and move it a little bit. I want to be able to move the text layer to try and make it a bit nicer, possibly like that. I want to move the using as oops, wrong one. There you go, freehand. I'm also gonna move the word using because I don't like that it's on the way. No, I don't want to make it bigger. I want to move. It is not moving. There we go. Move. I think it'll look a bit nicer out of the way. I want to see if I'm happy with all of it. I don't think I'm really happy with this part here. I think we can make it a bit nicer. Let's try thumbnail. There we go. I think that looks nice. What do you guys think? Does it look nice? All right. So again, we're gonna use the same exact trick for a third time. We're gonna go to the whites. We're gonna choose Gaussian blur again. This is how my thumbnail is looking. I'm actually not quite sure about the text. I think the text might be a little bit too big. I'm not sure. So I merged the two layers together. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit to see other options that I like better. If I want this, I think I still want this to be as big as it is, but perhaps the rest I think I might put a bit smaller. I think the text is a little bit too overwhelming, so let me try playing around with it a little bit just to see what I can come up with. There you go. I think that looks a bit nicer. I still think that the text on this is a bit too big, but I think it might work for this thumbnail. I think it works. Yeah, I like it. Do you guys like it? Well, you clicked on it, so surely you liked it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have clicked on it. So it's already proof that it works because you've clicked on it. If you've watched so far, yeah, it works. And now I just want to go back and make a little drawings. Normally I would put it in white, but I think these ones I leave it on the little lavender hearts just because it gives that nice handwritten feel to it. I just think that it's a tiny detail, but it kind of makes it look cute and handmade and cutesy and stuff. I really like it. And go. There you go. Last thing I want to do is I want to make sure I like this text color as well. We can try and play around with the hues to see if something else looks nicer, but I'm digging shall we go with pink? What do you guys think? Obviously you cannot answer by the time that this is a bit too late, but maybe I'll leave it like that, maybe a bit brighter. Oh, that's definitely better, isn't it? Yes, definitely nicer. So yeah, last thing I have to do is export my picture. There you go, export as PNG. I'm gonna save my image. Export successful. And now you can end here, and we could end the video right here. This is enough. Like, you guys have a really nice thumbnail as it is. You don't need to do anything else. What I will do, in case you have Lightroom, but this is just an extra just because I like photo editing. Don't know what you're doing, but we're gonna go here. Actually, I have done a first one before. I kind of like the pink though. Kind of like the pink. I don't know. I'm kind of digging the pink as well. What you guys think? Anyways, so we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna use one of my presets that I already have. I have a few presets here. I think this might be a bit too bright. Is it too bright? I kind of like it. Not this one, but I like. Do you like any of them? Are they a bit too bright? I like this one, but we're gonna make some adjustments because it's a bit too bright. So we're gonna turn down the exposure a little bit, the shadows. There you go. We're just gonna mess around with it a little bit because it's a bit too bright. Yeah, I like it. I like that. There you go. There's my thumbnail. That's finished. I quite like it. It's very, very girly, but so is my channel, so I think it's on brand. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any tips on how to use Procreate, something to make everyone's lives a little bit easier, don't forget to comment. Please give me your input on it. As always, I do hope you guys enjoy this channel. Once again, another disclaimer: this is how I make my thumbnails. You don't have to do it this way. You can just find your own style and make it. I'm hopefully just giving you some tips on how to do it. Maybe you haven't thought of it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and join the family. I will see you in the next one. Bye.